friends, I'm Bunny, and you're about to watch my interview with Chris Solis about his amazing game. So my face cam footage got lost, but we still wanted to get this out in time for PAX, and if you continue to watch, you'll find out why. So please enjoy the video. We are back with Chris, and you are going to tell us about your other game.
Yes. Hi. I'm Chris. I run Solis Game Studio, and this is my upcoming project, Temporal Odyssey 2. I'll tell you a little bit about the series first.
Yes.
Um, in 2013, I made my first garage board game. It was called Temporal Odyssey. It took place in a fantasy universe, and then there's like portals with different people coming in, right? That was the theme of it. And then I made a sequel to it, Temporal Odyssey, with Level 99 Games in 2017, a few years later. And then I started working on the sequel to that in 2020. It's been 4 years since then, and this is Temporal Odyssey 2.
Nice.
So this is my baby. Put a lot of effort into this, and yeah, let's show you what it's about.
Yeah. So what made you want to do Temporal Odyssey 2? Is it just like, and how is it different from the other?
Yeah. One, I have an attraction to the setting and the characters. I want to continue to grow it. And two, I saw a lot of ways that Temporal Odyssey 1 can be improved.
Okay.
And that's just where it started. Like, hey, let's remix it. But then after a while, we're like, no, I think we need to reinvent it. And then we benched it for like a year.
Yeah.
And we really, truly streamlined it. This game that we're going to play is extremely different than Temporal Odyssey 1,
Okay.
other than vibes, right? But it is the same idea where we're dueling time travelers, and we're going to draft from these decks to fight.
Okay. So if you want to go over the basics, like how do we play?
Yeah. First of all, who would you like to play as, Jin or Zoe?
I'm going to choose purple.
All right. So you are a time traveler. This is you. If you are defeated,
Yes.
you die, and then you come back in your final form. You can actually choose one of 4 final forms to play as, right? If that final form is defeated, then you lose,
Okay.
right? So you basically have 2 lives, and that's the goal of the game. Let's do the setup, and I'll explain a little more. You're gonna get your starting traveler.
And the art for this isn't finalized, right?
It is not finalized. It might change. It's pretty far along, but subject to change.
And you need the tower, right?
Yep, and that goes in front.
Tower goes there.
And then you have these 4 spells that look like this. They go down here in a tableau, and make sure they are on the basic side.
Okay.
The remaining cards are your reserve, not a deck. I'm just going to show you what's in here real quick.
Yeah.
You have the 4 possible final forms.
Yeah.
You have a certain amount of characters, between 2 and 4 characters that can come help you. So that's your team. These are your friends.
Yeah.
And then finally, the god that powers you. Right? Yeah. And basically, yeah. So yeah, you're your travelers, your 4 friends, and then the god that powers you.
Yes.
You can use this guy to get abilities, and if you're really lucky, you can come out. You can actually hit the board. It's possible, right? So this is your reserve, not a deck. It goes over here. All right. So I'm gonna go first so I can explain.
Yes, please do.
Because first these cards flip face up. Then you can choose one of these periods I can't interact with as your second turn of balance.
Okay.
So which one of these do you want to lock down?
I will lock down. I'm gonna lock down this one.
Okay.
So you can't interact with that.
I cannot interact with it, and that's kind of like a because I'm going first thing.
Okay.
And after that, it'll be normal.
Okay.
So I can choose one of these 2 cards. Let's say I choose this one. For example, on the sake of the teach, I'm going to just rig this a little bit.
No worries, no worries.
Right? I want to pick. This is a good one.
Okay.
Okay. So when you pick a card,
Yep.
I pick this guy.
Yep.
I'll take a step back. I'm sorry. When your turn begins, you do a time sift, and that's picking a card and gaining sigils.
Okay.
So I'll pick this. It comes into play. And then I has a green and a red, which means I can use my red and green abilities once each,
Okay.
right? So I'll do a green, and it says activate one action, right? I'll use this. I have one red, which is attack. So I'm going to use the red action attack, and I can attack with anything. So I'll have this card attack. When a card attacks, it goes sideways,
Okay.
and then I can choose to attack anything in the front. So Jin is hiding behind the tower. I can't hit him.
So my tower will take 4.
Yep. And if your tower had an attack strength, it would hit back.
Okay.
Right? I have a green effect. I'll save that in a minute. Your traveler can attack for free.
Yep.
So I'm going to do that too, right?
And it has to go in that front row.
So,
When it's attacking.
yes, it can actually attack from back here. But when my turn ends, you'll see that they'll be pushed to the front.
Okay.
Right? So some damage there. Now I have my last one, activate one action. And Zoe's action is she can hide, right? I'll explain that when we get there.
Okay.
So now my turn is over. I've used all the actions I would like to use. And we go to regroup, where I can rearrange these cards to protect a card behind it.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is, these two have to be in the front because they attacked. Right?
Yeah.
So that's the way that would go.
Is there any special order, like you have to do like the green or you have to do the red, or can you do them in like any order?
You can do them in any order.
Okay.
Zoe's ability is that even though she attacked, she can hide.
Okay.
So I activated that, and that's why I will be doing this.
Okay.
But normally that's the way it would work.
Okay.
So attacking has the penalty where they have to be in the front.
Yeah.
Right? So then you're going to go, you're up. So this flips. This is gone forever.
Yep.
And you can take the next turn.
Okay. So I've taken some damage. So what do we have? We have play a scout from reserve or the banish pile. The basic characters have a +1 attack, +1 HP. So what is a scout? Is that a scout type of character?
Yes, the type of character is a little orb guy.
Yeah, the orb guy. Okay. And then we have, you may play a god from your reserve, turn into reserve during regroup. That seems so overpowered.
It is really good, but you get no sigils.
Yeah.
And you get it later. And it's also really weak.
Yeah.
So I want to kill it immediately.
Yeah, you do. And then this guy, I do get sigils.
Yeah, you get 2 sigils with that one.
And support character, it can attack support characters directly. So is the support characters the ones in
the back?
row?
So that raptor can attack Zoe.
Oh, that's good. But it's also really weak, so Zoe would be able to attack
Kill it.
back. Yeah.
But you have an effect. If you finish off the character, the raptor takes no damage.
Oh, okay.
So you want to surprise attack him, just like Ian Malcolm.
Okay. So I think.
I wonder if there's somebody else. Not Malcolm, the hunter, but yeah.
I think I'm gonna take this guy.
Okay. So now you can do a yellow and a green.
So I can do damage to the group.
Okay. So this is a group, and this is a group.
What is their ability? Because it's just because it's crossed out.
So he has 2 health, and his effect is your traveler must group as a leader. You want that dead.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to start off with, I'm going to attack that group, because I want that dead. So that would just be 1 damage?
1 damage.
Okay.
With the meteor attack, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The meteor. And then I get a action. First is I can play a living weapon from my reserve.
Yeah. You also have another action here.
I do. And I can play a scout. So, let me see. Living weapon. I will do the play scout.
Okay.
Okay. And then those are my actions, and now I can like regroup stuff.
Yes. So this guy will make your traveler regroup in the front.
Okay. So
When you're rearranging, you just got to respect that rule.
yeah, so I just have to respect that.
Mhm.
So how does the scout work?
So when your turn begins, you can do a time sift, and lets you trash one of these cards so you can get better card quality.
Okay.
And then when it dies, it has another effect.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before I time shift on my next turn, I would be able to trash one of these cards and then
Yeah.
see if I can get a better one that comes up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Also, yeah, this is definitely in prototype phase. I printed this in my garage. I'm
I
hoping.
mean, they look really great for printed from your garage.
Yeah, we'll get there. And I'm hoping the PAX Unplugged version will be better. Yeah.
No, you're good. Okay.
Okay, so then.
Has to go there. Let's say that'll be my turn.
All right.
So you flip that.
All right, so I have a choice between two really powerful characters, but no sigils.
Yep.
That's rough. Or a new spell. If I take a new spell, it gets added to the tableau.
Okay.
And it resolves once, and I can do it again, which I'm going to do.
Okay.
So I'm going to take it, and right now I get to use it for free, which is a heal 3. Let's heal that. All right. And then in the future, I can use green to play it.
Yeah.
And then I have no attacks, but Zoe can attack. I'm going to attack with Zoe. I'm going to attack your Traveler. So they hit each other.
Okay.
And then I'm going to regroup. She has to be in the front. I'm actually going to protect this guy. It'll be really annoying.
Okay.
Your turn.
This guy gets flipped. Another dinosaur. Okay. So I can. So because this has no sigils, because it's just the start of the turn, so the start of every turn.
Yeah, so you want to keep it alive, and then you get to play your god, which is bonkers. So if I got it, he has a come into play effect, and he has literally infinite stats.
All right.
And then I have to kill to get rid of it. So
you know what? I'll risk it. I'm gonna take this guy.
okay.
So no sigils.
Your Traveler can attack for free.
Attack for free. Feel like I don't want to kill her off early. Well, I can attack your tower.
Yeah.
Which the tower's really annoying. So why don't I do that? I'll attack the tower.
All right. Turn that sideways.
Turn it sideways.
And now you can regroup.
Now I can regroup. I feel like I definitely want to protect this guy. And can I put her in the back row again?
You can't because one, Jin attacked,
yes.
and my Shadow Beast is making its front. Yeah.
So still annoying. Okay.
That's real dangerous.
Yeah.
So now I'm up.
I have goals.
All right, we have. So I'll talk about the cards here for a little bit. We've seen a couple blank cards.
Yep.
The blank cards are actually pretty rare. This is just the draw thing,
yeah,
right? Right. But they're really powerful legends. There are only 5 per deck, and they're 40 card decks.
Okay.
That being said, if you notice the time period decks, there's the past, present, and the future.
Yeah.
In the past, it's almost always green.
Yeah.
With literally the exception of these, right? And the present's always red, and this one's always yellow. So if I really wanted a certain ability type, I can go to these decks and dig for those sigils.
Yep.
The purple one is the rare one.
It's the rare. Okay.
Right? So your board is looking wide, and you're like, you probably want to attack me, and you want to get in here.
Yep.
Right? I'm going to take the Raptor, and I'm going to do some sigils. So I'm going to do a green. I'm going to use her ability. She can group as a leader now. Attack with her. He hits this, right? Actually, I'm going to hit Jin. Okay?
Okay.
And she takes 3 too. And then I'm going to use my green to heal 3. And then I'm going to use my purple to enlist a character from my reserve. So I'm going to go through my reserve, and I'm going to play Rika. Actually, no. I'm going to play... Yeah, Rika. She does 2 damage to a character, and it's not an attack. It's an ability, so I can shoot that raptor down.
Okay. So,
it goes over here to a communal discard,
okay.
and then I enter my regroup. So I will do this. Now, if I ever have more than 6 characters,
Yeah.
at this point I have to go down to 6.
Okay, so you'd have to like discard characters.
Yes. And if I begin my turn with 6 characters, which you really shouldn't let me, I will get a free wild sigil. So that's your reward if you maintain a full board.
Okay. So this guy gets skipped over.
All right, so you definitely want to attack me.
Yes, I do.
You have to start a turn.
Yep. I may play my god. So there's my god.
Okay, he's not in a group, so it's like this, right?
Okay, he's just off to the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you have a play effect there.
I do. So choose one. Banish an artifact, banish a non-basic spell. I don't have either of those things, or deal 3 damage.
Yeah, or you can banish my non-basic spell.
Oh, I can banish yours?
Or deal 3 damage.
I mean, that heal is real rough.
Yeah.
I definitely want to get rid of, because I can't attack that because they're in the way.
Yeah, so you could delete that too.
I can delete?
Because you're doing 3 damage
Oh,
to
it's
anything.
just damage.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, I want to get rid of that. That's real annoying.
All right. And now you have this ability before you time sift.
Yes. So, is it... So it has to be the future deck. So,
Yeah. So you can trash this card and see what's underneath it or not.
I'm going to trash it. I'm going to see what's underneath it. I want to attack. That does not help me.
So what you could do, you could banish all 3 of these and get a 1 wild sigil instead of taking a card, which is not effective. But right now, when you really need that attack, you could attack with the god and just destroy anything.
Yeah, I feel like I would want to do that.
So these go 1, 2. They don't flip at the start of the turn. Yep. And now you have a wild sigil to use any way you would like.
Okay, which I want to attack.
Okay, what do you attack? And with what?
Definitely want to attack with the god.
Okay.
Because then it's just like, what do I want to get rid of?
Yeah.
And I definitely want to get rid of... I feel like starting to get rid of this character would probably be beneficial.
Yeah, because that's definitely how you win.
Yeah.
But also could just crush the tower.
Yeah, that was also my play, because I'm like, if I just get rid of the tower, you can't hide behind it. So I'm actually going to do that, because that requires more damage right now. It's just
boom.
Take that guy out. Just be like, bye.
Okay.
Okay.
And now you may regroup.
And now I may regroup. So this guy has to go away.
Yeah, but that needs to die before he comes back.
This needs to die before he comes back?
Oh, no, I need to get rid of it.
You need to get
because I don't
like,
want
no, he can stay. That's okay. Okay. Definitely want her in the back. Okay. I'm protecting my great baby.
The baby.
Hey, baby, I need him.
Oh, no, this is pretty good.
No.
I can't do all the things, but maybe...
You could definitely do none of the things. Just choose to not.
If I had a yellow and a red, I could defeat the god in one shot, but I can't do that now. So what I'll do is be sad. We're going to take this one.
Okay.
I'll get a red and a yellow. I'm going to do my free attack first.
Okay.
And destroy your tower.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. This goes up here.
And then I'm going to do my green and heal her 3. And then do my red. Man. Actually, I'm going to do my red attack. And the raptor can attack support and cards. So I'm going to attack Jin.
Okay.
Right? And because I killed it, I don't take damage.
So Jin's out.
Yep. And then I regroup. And I'll do, these have to be in the front. I'll do this. Right?
Okay.
And now at the end of the turn, you can go through your deck and get a new Jin.
Great, well, I need it. All right.
So you have 4 different forms to choose from,
Yep.
and they're all a little different, but yes.
I feel like I don't want that one.
Yeah, so there's,
This is tough.
if you want to look at it, I can explain it.
Yeah, so explain some of these.
All right, so we'll start with this one.
Okay.
This one gives you the most health, which is really good at
Yeah.
staying alive, and it lets you use your ability a little different, right?
Yeah.
This one stops my cards from attacking.
Yep.
So if I have a lot of strong stuff, you can reduce it. It also hits for 4, which is really high.
Yep.
But it's a little weaker, right?
Yeah.
This one hits the hardest, is the weakest,
Yep.
right? But you can do splash damage to supports. This is the most aggressive.
Yep.
And you kind of want to choose between those 3 based on my board.
Yeah.
Or you can go real whack and do the one that gets you the god. And everyone has that. One of their forms has the worst stats, but has another way of summoning their god. Sorry. Okay. But yeah, you can choose the way you want. They're all cool.
Yeah. This is great because it's like I can choose one this time, and then if we were to play again, I can choose another one. So it really adds to the replayability of like how I want to play this.
Yeah.
It also adds to the strategicness of it, of just like, okay, well, even if I really like one of them, it might not be ideal. So if this one I can do. So when it does the splash damage, do I also take the
Only from the initial attack.
only from the initial attack?
So yeah,
As much as I like the guy, I feel like splash damage is nice.
it's pretty good.
You can also rearrange so you don't have anybody that will take splash damage.
That's true, but that's still, it's control, right? It also hits for 5. It's actually bonkers.
Yeah.
'Cause-
You know what? I'll try it. Let's try
Okay.
it. Take this one. Okay, so these go off to the side.
And now your turn begins.
Okay. So start of my turn, I made me play a guy I got.
Okay.
And then
And you get to do the play effect again.
I do banish an artifact, finish a spell, or just do 3 damage. So just 3 damage is great, but I really want to get rid of your heal, so that heal can disappear. No more healing.
It's gone.
Yeah,
I got good value off that.
you did. Okay, so because I have my god, I do want to attack.
It's pretty good. You get an attack and 2.
Yeah. So I'm gonna play that one.
Okay.
So play. Choose a non-basic artifact or spell, and banish it.
Oh yeah. So if I still had that, you could also destroy it with that guy.
That's fine.
Oh, you want to do 3 damage with that and.
Yeah, if we could.
Okay,
I
yeah.
didn't read the card. I was literally just looking at the symbols as all I cared about for that point. So he will still get damage, and we'll do 3 damage to. I want to do 3 damage to.
Okay.
Okay.
And now you have 2 purples and a red.
So. And I've also learned reading a card is really important just for sure. There is a lot to this. I like it. There's a lot of dimension because you want great abilities, you want your play abilities, you want all of that, but I also need my symbols. This is kind of like reverse like marketplace, where instead of like buying a card, I'm using the card I choose to like pay for my abilities. Okay.
It's basically choosing how much money you get.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
And that was one of the things we changed from the old 2020 version to this one.
Oh, yeah.
Before you would get it to your hand, you had 4 action points and you would spend them.
Okay.
And we're like, let's just cut action points.
Yeah.
And these are effectively action points.
Yeah, it's far less clumsy. It's kind of almost like a mana pool, but it's just this is where you can situate it. Okay.
Yeah.
So
if you look at this card, the one that you played that cost you 0, you gave you 0 sigils.
Yeah.
In the original, it costs 4 action points. So it having no sigils is the same.
Yeah.
Just less math. Yeah.
Okay. So I get 2 these purples. So twice I can play a character from my reserve.
Mm-hmm.
Play. That's 2 damage to your traveler.
Okay.
Okay, this one doesn't have a play effect.
Okay.
And this is really good too, because if you don't destroy anything, I will start my next turn with the 6.
Yes.
So that worked out. I feel like I want to attack with this for the splash damage, but then they're right up front, which is tough. That's fine, because I get to, so I still get my regular attack, and then my traveler attacks for free.
Yep.
So with my regular attack, I'm going to use my god,
Yep.
because that makes the most sense. And you have like no health for either of these. So it is actually, it doesn't matter what order I do it in. So
Okay.
if I attack with Jin, can I attack your traveler?
Yep. She takes. She dies, and then you're. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And then I want to attack with my god. I will get rid of your raptor.
Okay, that was brutal. So now I'm gonna get my Zoe,
Okay.
and I also have a choice between 4 different Zoes.
Yep.
Um,
So how are yours different?
Mine, Zoe's the kind of character who wants to get in there and attack herself.
Okay.
So she gets in there and gets different battle abilities. But I'm gonna do the cool thing and get the one that summons the god. All right.
Oh, I have to rearrange my board, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah. So yeah, and then like there's a bunch of travelers, and they all have like their base traveler, and they're 4 different forms, and they're all like super different.
how many different travelers do you have to choose from?
I'm planning 10.
10? Okay.
Yeah. So then they're, they're a little different. These are like the classic characters that've been in all the Train
Yeah.
Odyssey games. And then there's the newcomers, and they get weird. Like I figure people that are time travelers, they're not all humanoid,
No, yeah. Are they all gonna be in like what you're gonna consider like your base like box, or are you gonna release them slowly as you go?
I want this to be a one and done kind of thing.
One and done?
And the Kickstarter will determine what that one is.
Okay.
Right? So no expansions, just a one SKU board game.
Yeah.
But that way you get your dueler in a box,
Yeah.
All right, so I got my Mother of Pain. This flips. Look, I can get another Traveler, and Traveler's going to attack for free. That's pretty good. So I'm going to do that. We're going to wreak some pain. 1 wild. I'm going to first have this attack Velgus.
Okay.
I'll take 2 damage, and Velgus dies.
Served me well.
He served you well. I have my other Traveler attack. No, stupid. I'm going to use my actual action to attack with her.
Okay.
I'm going to hit this for 2. No, this for 2. And I take 2. Then I'll use my free Traveler attack. And I'm going to do 3 damage to this.
Okay. It's down to 1 health.
We're wreaking havoc. I think I lose. I don't think I can stop. I can't kill that thing. I can't attack with her. Otherwise, I lose. Because then you'll just God punch me. Right? So I think we're just done. We're going to hide.
You're gonna hide away from me?
Yeah.
That's right, hide.
I'm actually going to use my regroup to move this damage over here.
Okay.
All right, now I'm done. Go ahead.
Alright. So let's see. So what does this say?
Yes, that's the one that pulls the Traveler to the front.
Oh, okay.
So if it's alive on my turn, I have to group the traveler as a leader.
That is beneficial. Definitely. And that gets me a yellow and a red. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna take this guy.
Okay. So you get a yellow and a red.
I think so. I need to learn to read because I'm just like, maybe something else would be better. Because I do want to pull your traveler to the front. I feel like you're also doing a lot of damage.
Well, that's a good combo. If that guy lives, my traveler would be good to the front, and then you can God punch me.
I also start turn cramp.
What would you like to do 3 damage to?
3 damage. I want to. I can. Well, if I do 3 damage to this guy, it gets rid of him.
Dead.
So he's dead.
Okay.
I just want to get rid of the stuff in the way. Everything is in the way at this point. Okay. And then I get my 1 damage to a group.
Mm-hmm.
If I do it to them, they're just out of the way.
If you can get rid of this and God punch me, I lose.
I know.
I think you got it, actually.
Yeah, because if I... Yeah, because if I do my free attack with her to him, he's out of the way.
Yep, you take 3, which is not dead because
Which
you
is
have.
not dead. And then I God punch you with my actual attack, and I won.
You got it.
A strategy card game. Yes.
You did it.
Good game.
Good game.
Thank you. This is so much fun. It was definitely a like, all right, I need to read the cards, but I feel like even where I was like, oh, I should have done this, but I shouldn't have done this, it does not kill me. Like, there were definitely some situations where I was like, oh no, I should have done it a different way, but I did not ruin this at all. I still won. This is really good.
Yeah, this guy came through. I should have carved in here and tried to kill this, right?
Okay.
But this one was also a problem. So it's really about
the setting up. I was like, all right.
The rearranging of cards like this is kind of like a pre-blocking mechanic.
Yeah.
So instead of being like, oh, I block, I made that decision in advance.
Yeah. Because that also sets you up where it's just like, all right, well, but if I attack with it, I can't just move it. So you kind of have to make that choice to it.
Yeah, and then I do consider it very well balanced.
No, this
you took me out. There's epic moments like, yes, this guy does have infinite stats, and that sounds completely busted. But from like a design perspective, he's a removal spell, right?
Yeah,
so
he's not always there, and you still have to meet the conditions to bring him out. Like, the fact that I had this and you did not get rid of it definitely was just well, I'm going to cause a problem every turn until you get rid of this for me.
Yeah.
But no, that is great. And there's so many cards that we did not even go through, too.
Yeah, we went through 1, 2, 3, 15 cards, and the average is between 10 and 20.
Yeah, so the fact that there are still so many cards in here that we have not seen yet makes it so it's like, all right, I don't even know what's going to happen the next bunch of times that we could play, just because I don't know what's in there and what types of cards. Like, I'm sure there's similars, but the fact that it's still going to be refreshing even after a couple of plays.
Yeah, and I come from like a CCG background. I grew with that kind of thing, so I love the duelers and the head-to-head.
Yeah.
Not everyone can like buy into having a huge card pool.
Yeah.
So this really captures the vibe in a box, but has the variance through drafting that it's not constructed. You never know what's going to come through here. But we do have our reserve to kind of like have a starting point. Yeah. And even the reserve has play styles.
And I kind of like it where it's just like, these are my cards. Like, they're not necessarily like in my hand, but it's like, these are my cards. You said this is going to be on Kickstarter, right? Do you have a launch?
So probably summer around Gen Con. Okay. However, soon, hopefully by PAX Unplugged, we're going to do a huge like playtesting program where people can join in TTS. Then they can win. See, this playtester mat is actually from the last time I did this with another game. We'll make a Temporal Odyssey version, And if you play a few games on TTS and give us feedback, I will mail you one of these.
Nice.
And that helps us make the strongest game possible in time for the
Yeah.
Kickstarter.
Are you just gonna have like sign-ups where people can sign up to play test with you?
Yeah, yes, exactly. On our website and all that.
Oh, nice.
One thing that we didn't see actually is that the abilities here sometimes can become gifted. Like if you get a gift, they flip to the better side. And that's like a fun little way to also level up your character.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you mentioned they could sign up when you guys are ready for playtesting on their socials. So what are your socials? What's the website? How can people find you if they want to get involved with all of that?
Yeah, so solisgamestudio.com.
Okay.
It'll be there on the main page. You can sign up there, and then, through them, you'll start seeing it through my socials that like, yes, here's the playtesting program, and here's where you sign up.
Okay.
Especially the Discord, that's where we'll really be at.
Okay, nice. And then your Discord's on like your website and stuff for people to link to follow,
Yeah.
follow and get involved. That is awesome. I love this. I love the art. I know it's not all final and done. The replayability, I think, is great because sometimes it's like when you do get a game, being able to play it multiple times and not feel like, oh, I know how to like meta game this. I'm gonna do these things. I know this combo. I know how this is gonna go. I really like that. And the fact that you're thinking of what was it, 10 characters?
Yeah.
That is a lot. That
It's a lot. And a lot of them are from different eras of like the Odyssey series. Like some of them are classic characters. Like these two are from my first game. Then
Yeah.
there's some Temporal Odyssey characters, and then there's the weird ones. Like I have like a crayon dinosaur character. They look animated.
really?
Yeah,
That's-
and they draw characters to put into play, and those characters are like chibis of the other travelers. Like there's cute ones too.
That is great.
You know, I have a
Yeah.
detective. Like he's all noir,
Yeah.
and he has a whole gimmick where he takes the opponent takes a hidden card,
Yeah.
and I play basically a word game to try to figure out that card. And if I do, your traveler dies. Right? So the some of those shapes can be real weird.
Yeah. It sounds like the characters are very wild, very different. Like how do you come up with all the different play styles? You're just like you find a little bit of inspiration and you're like, all right, we're gonna make that a character. This is how they're gonna play.
A lot of them are like we have a character, Mr. F. Can you hand me the Mr. F from over there? Let me tell you the genesis of this character. Let's see what we got here.
'Cause they-
They all have an insane backstory. Like a lot of them start off as a fun thing in our group, right? So
I know you're talking about like you have the inspiration from the other one, but it's just like some of these, the way you just started describing them in the previous conversations we had, like some of these are wild, or it's just like where do you even start to think about all of this?
So we have Mr. F. And Mr. F, in like 2001, we went to like Great America to get like a stupid flower toy.
Yeah.
And we made this whole meme about how, like, oh, Mr. F, his name is Mr. F, he's evil. And this gag went in our friend group for actually decades,
Yeah.
right? So in the margins of my high school notebook from like 1999,
Yeah.
there are pictures of Mr. F in there.
Oh my god.
So I decided to give him a life in this game.
I like how you're just like, yeah, this little flower. And when the first time I saw this, I'm just like, oh, it's so fun. It's a little French. And you're like, no, he's evil though.
That's part of the fun.
Did I not expect that actually? No, I love this guy. That is crazy.
Let's see what else we have. Christina, she's the we have the wine sommelier.
Yeah.
She summons wine elementals, right? From her bottles, and they have disorientating attacks. But her whole thing is about mixing two abilities into one, right?
Yeah.
So she's got that whole vibe. I like Christina a lot. We have let's see what else we have. These are from Temporal Odyssey. We have nerdy dragon guy, Drake, like evil robot. Alicia, she's based on sleep paralysis demon monsters, which is unfortunately something that plagues me. I have
Oh.
chronic sleep paralysis.
Oh wow.
So like there's a lot of weird shit in here that there's a lot of weird characters in here that are
is like
based
more-
around that vibe,
Yeah.
right? This is another high school character. We have Des, a friend's high school character, but I reinvented her from a crayon drawing to this.
Yeah.
And then my absolute favorite, Yorkston, the world's worst detective, terrible detective. And he's the one that plays the guessing game to do his abilities.
That is great. I like the black and white style. Better. just terrible detective.
Yeah. So flavor-wise,
Oh, look at this little robot with that. Is that robot smoking?
you're smoking. Yeah.
Yes, okay.
One of the advantages of being an indie developer is you can get away with these things.
Yeah.
But you have Yorkston, and his abilities on this side are him doing stuff.
Yeah.
But when you play your scout,
Yeah.
the actual detective, they flip to detective mode,
Yeah.
and then you have a whole new set of abilities.
That is great.
So like flavor-wise, he literally he can't solve the case. Only he can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the scouts are all different, right?
Yeah.
Because in that one, it's all just based on the style. And I'm looking upside down. That doesn't help me either find them.
Yeah, in the flavor of this game, all the time travelers have a scout, and that's actually how they can time travel. The scout's what helps them open portals. You take a look at all the scouts here.
Yeah, that is crazy. So they're all like the same basics, but then they're all variant depending on the time traveler.
Yeah, and they're all like actually slightly different. Like the way they sift through the deck is slightly different.
Oh, okay.
But that's the idea. Mr. F's is my favorite.
Is it?
It's made of wood.
Oh, he's a little log friend. That is great. No, that is adorable. I like that little detail too, because you could have easily just been like, "This is what a scout looks like," but no, it is completely like customized to the character.
Yeah, I'm big on the flavor and like the setting, and I put a lot of
It's-
reference to that.
It's a lot of like little details, like this one just looking like a keg, and the fact that you have all this detail in it just shows how much you love this and like
Mhm.
what you've created.
Yeah, I truly do love it.
And so, sorry, I'm just still laughing at this guy.
Mr. Hartwood, yeah, like
He's so good.
yeah, and like their characters and their kit are always like flavored to like what they do. You know what I mean?
So this is great. So we can look forward to play testings happening and then hopefully seeing this game fairly soon.
Yeah, I'm hoping to do it by the Kickstarter around Gen Con time.
Check contact. It's
but
always
for
a good time.
but for now, jump onto the Discord to play some games and help us make this awesome.
Yeah, definitely. And we have your socials. We're gonna make sure everybody gets that because I definitely want to see this and where it's gonna go because I know we're definitely gonna pick up a copy. This is great, and I can't wait to see all the finalized art too because I am loving the style. It is great. You've put so much love and care into like all the details, and I'm sure like the longer we sit here and talk about it, the more details I'm gonna find. Because it's just one of those where it's like, oh yeah, this is just what it is, and you just keep looking, and there's just gonna be more stuff. But this is amazing. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
So we can play another game now.
Of course, yes. It's just rewind time. It's like the first one didn't happen.